Welcome to Perfect Meals Chef Video Series. Today we're going to make one of my favorite dishes, and that is a beef pho soup. It's a Vietnamese soup that's going to be just yummy, yummy, yummy. It's good when you have a cold. It's good when you need new energy. It's just good soup. The way we started out is we're going to have to make some beef stock. And we do that by taking some bony knuckles from your local butcher shop of some beef, and you're going to boil it in a pan for about 3 hours. So let's get started with making our stock, and we'll be going. Alright, we stack our meat bones, which I'm going to pull out here, and the key is that you don't want to put too much moisture or water in. You want to cover the highest bones by about 2 inches. To that we're going to add about 4 tablespoons of fresh chopped garlic and some salt, and we're going to boil this mixture for about 3.5 hours, and then we're going to add some more ingredients after that. And in the meantime, anytime when we get a little bit of scum or that's going to bake up, we're going to use our little sieve and we're going to scoop it out and throw it out, and the goal of this is to have a very clear broth in the end. So like I say, 3.5 hours we're going to cook this, and then we're going to add some other ingredients to give it some flavor. So 3.5 hours. See you later. Okay, after cooking our broth for about 3.5 hours, we're going to add a couple more ingredients. This is going to give it the flavor. Now I know you're going to be tempted to just take a beef broth out of the box at the store, but the flavor is just not the same. So what we're going to do is add a stick of cinnamon. We're going to add about 5 or 6 black pepper cloves. We are going to take a pinch of ground cloves, or basically about 2 whole cloves. We're going to take a titch of coriander, and we're going to put 2 tablespoons of the staple ingredient, which is fish sauce of just about every Vietnamese dish. So now we will let it cook for another 40 minutes. When you're done cooking it, we're going to remove all the ingredients, let this cool, and then we're going to strain it. So let it cool for about a half hour to an hour. We're going to strain it over a cheesecloth, put it in the refrigerator. We're going to scrape the grease crust that's going to be on the top, and then we'll be ready to use it. So we're almost done making our beef broth for a pho. As you can see, when we refrigerate it, all the grease will freeze to the top, or float to the top, and become solid, and we can just scoop it right on out and clean it out. So the next stage we'll do is we'll put it through our cheesecloth and strain it. Alright, when I make a batch, I usually make a big batch. So what I do is I find a reusable, let's say a vinegar jug like I have. We're going to put a funnel in the top. We're going to take our strainer with our cheesecloth in it, and we're just going to pour our stock and get rid of all the impurities. So it's going to be a simple little process. So you can see what we get, all the crud and the impurities out of it, and what we're going to have is a clear broth is what we want. So the next phase that we will do is, this is done when we're making our chicken broth. Sometimes I'll do it again if one last time, but this is how you make your beef stock, and the next stage that we will go would be to put in a soup. Alright, we're going to make our pho soup. Now we've made our broth stock, which is a great little thing because we can keep this in a jar and pour as much as we need. So we're going to take about 2 cups. I'm going to get that. I'm going to boil this all up. We're going to put it kind of on a little simmer. I'm going to take some cilantro. I've sliced up a little bit of bok choy, some green onions, got 2 limes that I'm just going to squeeze a little bit and drop in. Take a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and then we're going to add our last couple ingredients of meat in just a bit. Okay, we're also going to add 1 thinly sliced yellow onion, and then finally you add a piece of beef of your choice. Many people take like a rump steak or a piece of thing. What I love to do is when I cook a huge brisket, I like to put it in the freezer, cut it in little pieces, and save it for this because the brisket has a great flavor that goes well with the soup. So we're going to let it cook for about 30 minutes. Also don't want to forget, we want to put a little squirt of our little Worcester sauce that I put in everything. And when we finish up this recipe, we're going to add fresh bean sprouts. It'll be yummy, yummy, yummy. According to the directions in your rice noodles, but towards the end of the cooking, we're going to add our rice noodles to this dish, and then at the last second what we will do is we will add our bean sprouts. So there you have it, we're almost done. Finish the dish, what we're going to do is we're just going to add some bean sprouts on the top. Sometimes people put it on the side, but there's your dish. Enjoy. Also, make sure you put extra hot sauce for those of us who like it hot. Mix it all up. It's wonderful if you ever got a cold or a sore throat. This is the dish.